Hey everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to Wizardry Workshop. Before we get into this one, I have an exciting announcement. My channel qualifies for YouTube memberships, so I went ahead and set something up. I hope you guys really like the perks and stuff over there, so go ahead and check out the memberships. You get early access to videos, so I'm gonna post them 24 hours in advance for anyone who is a YouTube member. That goes with the downloads as well, so you'll be able to download the templates to go along with my tutorials before anyone else, 24 hours early. I also have a pretty cool thing set up on Discord where you get the role of magical creature, and then I have a Forbidden Forest channel where you can go in and do a reaction and it'll give you a role of whatever magical creature you react as. So that's gonna be fun. And there's obviously a members only, a YouTube members only channel there for us to chat and talk and all that stuff. There's also custom emojis and a custom badge that goes along with your name on every single comment to my videos and in the live chat. Speaking of lives, I'm also gonna start doing some live streams here and there. I know this is turning into like a little announcement video. Yes, I am going to be doing a live stream. Gonna try and do it once a month if I can. And basically it's gonna be like a make and take. So I'll have some templates. It's just like my normal DIY videos, only I'm gonna be doing it live and I'll be able to chat and answer your questions in real time. Anyways, that's it for the announcements. Let's get on with the video. In this video, I'm sure you could tell by the thumbnail and the video title, we're not doing Harry Potter. We're doing Jurassic Park, and we're gonna make this Jurassic Park brochure. We're doing this in celebration because Jurassic World Dominion, which is the third installment in the Jurassic World franchise, is coming out today. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have high hopes for Jurassic World. I'm not a huge fan of the whole Jurassic World franchise. I think they took the story and they went a very weird place with it, and it almost feels like this movie I'm expecting like robot dinosaurs that are also ninjas and shoot lasers or something. But I have a very, very fond love for the original Jurassic Park, all three of them. I like Jurassic Park 1, Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. They are all very, very good movies. So I've decided to do something from the original franchise, Jurassic Park, and we're doing this Jurassic Park brochure. And it actually opens up, you can read it, and it has a map on the inside. So if you want to learn how to make this, let's go ahead and do it. Check out the description box below for a list of all the supplies you're going to need, as well as the free downloadable templates. Let's get started. Of course, you will need to download and print the templates, and don't worry if you don't want one that has blood splatters on it. There is one that doesn't. So I figured that would be good so that, like, you know, if you're making one for a kid or something, or your kid, you probably don't want blood all over it, but I think it makes it just look more awesome to have the blood splatters. So that's the one we're gonna make. And you will want to print these double-sided. Mine are on 11 by 17 paper, but I also have an 8.5 by 11 or letter size version available for you. If you're doing that one, there's just more kind of assembling it together, like lining things up and gluing. It's basically gonna be this half and that half, and then this half and that half, and you gotta put all four together. Next, we're going to want to cut. So we're gonna make a few different cuts. We're not doing these two sides yet on either of these, but we are gonna do the top, and then we're gonna also flip it around and do the bottom. And then we'll put that one aside. And now we'll get this next one back out, and we're gonna go along basically the top. That's the top technically, but yeah, we're gonna do the top part of the image if it's facing the right way. And so at this point, you have to make a decision. I'm going to cut the bottom strip off. You see how there's like an extra inch that kind of goes into the next image? I'm gonna cut that off, and then I'm gonna glue this piece on here because I don't want my seam to be into this image, if that makes sense, because this is like the cover, so I don't want my seam to be like visible there. So It's personal preference, whatever you want to do. Some people might want to do the seam differently, so you could cut this side off if you want, or you could keep them both on and line them both up and glue it together to, I don't know, however you want to do it. But I'm cutting this extra piece of the image off. So that's what we should have here. And now we have to just do a little bit of lining up. And you can see where this will overlap onto here, and that's what I'm gonna do. That way, when it's folded open, or when it's closed, you're not going to see the seam because it's right where the fold is. But if we look on the inside, there will be a seam on the map. We do need some scrap paper just to protect our table from the glue. And now we want to line this up. It should be pretty simple to line up because you've got these two pieces right here, which you can line up. And then you've got some roads over here and some more symbols over there that you can line up. I'm going to take one of these little paper clamps. You could use a paper clip too, it just wouldn't be as easy. We're gonna clamp it right there. And we're gonna do one on the other side as well. All right, now with those clamped, I'm going to take this piece of scrap paper that I just cut off and reuse it. I'm just gonna push it up until it touches the bottom of the overlapping page. A paperweight helps to hold things in place as we do this. And now I'm just gonna move these clamps down and clamp it onto that strip of paper. Just like that. So now we can move this away for now. And then we have this strip right here, and it's totally masked off, so we can put glue along there and we know exactly where things are gonna line up. So I'm just gonna use a glue stick, and that scrap paper is now masking off the glue, so it's not getting anywhere it shouldn't be. We can move that scrap paper away now. We just line this back up with that paper, and it should be just in the right spot. But before we actually press it, I'm going to double check. And it is just a tiny bit off. So I can fix that before it dries. There we go. Now you can barely see the seam. You can kind of see it, but most of the time the map's not going to be out. It's usually going to be this side. Just give it a couple of minutes to dry. And then we can go ahead and trim this white part off on the edge. And we waited till the very end to do this so that we could trim them at the same time so that it stays nice and straight. You wouldn't want to have like a little part kind of overlapping weird on the edge. You'd have to trim that off anyway. This just saves you that extra step. And we'll do that on both sides. And now we've got this full-size brochure that is not yet folded, so we're going to do the folding now. I like to use my Cricut scoring tool before folding because it makes all the folds just more crisp and more precise. So we're going to do one directly in half this way, and then we're going to do another one directly in half this way. You can see where the crease lines are, like where the weared off parts are. That's where we're doing our fold scoring lines. And now for the folding. So if you didn't score it, you can start right here. We are going to take it and fold it in half this way. And then we're going to take it and fold it in half this way. It's really easy to fold once you've scored it. Here we go. This one folds in like this, and it should line up. The A in Park and the A in Jurassic should sort of line up here, so you can see where that fold should be. And we're gonna do this side. Same thing. You should be able to line up the letters in there pretty well. So you can see it kind of you can see the image behind it and it sort of completes the A on both of those words. And now we just fold it in half this way. If you have some of this kind of poking out the top right there, I'm going to trim that down a little bit. And now it should be perfect right across the top there. I'm going to do one more thing. The textures look pretty good on here, and I think it folds out and it looks really nice. It looks like, you know, a worn, kind of dirty, bloody thing, but it also looks a bit too crisp. All those folds don't have any wearing to them at all. So we're going to wear it down just a little bit to give it an extra realistic touch. Just a little bit of sandpaper down the edge a little bit, and kind of in the corners there. See how it's like you can see the white now, the white part of the paper kind of showing through. Just gonna wear out the edges like that. Now if we open it up, you can see where it's worn. You can even like do a little bit more when it's sort of open. Now it really is starting to look like it's just been used. And we're gonna open it up the rest of the way. With all of these like fold lines in there, you can even go in with it open and really get those creases to look old. You might even intentionally put a little rip in the middle or just somewhere. I'll flip it over and do the inside here as well. Fold it the opposite direction a little bit like this, and there we go. Now those creases, you can see they look worn. Like you can see where the toner is coming off of the paper where I've sanded it down. And like I said, if you want to, you could, I'm gonna do like a hole in the middle because sometimes they rip. So just like that, I'm gonna put a little rip right down here in the middle, like that. So it's just sort of coming up right there. I might do that down a little bit this way too. There we go. So it's sort of like a, you know, you've seen old like maps and pamphlets and stuff that have like a little rip down in there. And then, you know, just randomly do things to it. I'm gonna take a little corner off right there, and we're just gonna sort of wrinkle and roll and fold the edges a little bit so they kind of do that type of thing. You don't want to overdo it, but doing this type of stuff to it is going to just make it feel a little more like a movie prop, like something that you would have picked up after the dinosaurs got loose. Spoiler. Now I'll fold this back up. It's okay to be rough with it. You know, curling the edges a bit is always a good thing to do, putting little folds and things in there just to make it look a little tattered. That's looking good. And then, you know, another thing that somebody might do with a brochure or pamphlet like this is fold it in half like this and like stick it in their pocket or something and then pull it out when they need it. So you might even go in and do a little bit and wear it a little bit right there where that crease would be. So that makes it look like it's just, you know, it's got that extra bit of detail to it now. And we'll go ahead and do that on the other side as well. There we go. And this is how my finished movie prop brochure looks. I wanted it to look just like it came straight out of the film. Then we've got the full Jurassic Park map on the inside. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, you're a wizard, Harry. Thank you so much for watching. I'm super happy with how this turned out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. And if you make your own, feel free to post photos and tag me. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like down below. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you like movie prop replicas. I do a lot of Harry Potter on here, obviously, but sometimes I do things from other franchises that I love. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.